Crunchy on the outside, soft on the inside, flavorful and filling. Traditionally made of chickpeas, falafels are not far from perfect, but, and it's a big but, cooked in a traditional way, they are deep fried, means that they're soaking in oil. And it's not an attack on oil, but sometimes it's just so hard to fit into your macros, and there may be many instances where you would like to decrease your fat consumption.
No regrets. So let's try to challenge the store-bought falafel, and I'm not throwing shade at falafel overall. The takeaway falafels are one of the best. I love them, but they're a little bit on a heavier side. So this time around we are going to be cooking falafels without oil, and let's see if we are going to miss on the taste.
For this purpose, as a benchmark, I bought some great takeaway falafels from Bloom Vegan. Check them out if you're in Dubai, but they only work for delivery. And this actually looks and tastes delicious. But as I'm pursuing a fitness goal, I just cannot go for it every now and then. Never did such a thing before. Out of curiosity, let's see how much oil will get absorbed into a paper towel in about 6 hours.
Today we are going to explore two methods, the baking method and the pan frying method. So if you don't have an oven, you can definitely opt in for a pan.
Preparation for both methods is the same, and it starts with the soaked but not cooked chickpeas. Wash them and soak in cold water for at least 8 hours.
If you are not that much of a fan of chickpeas, you can substitute chickpeas with other white beans, cannellini beans, butternut beans. Take your time to experiment. I guess something like red kidney beans would not be as great, but I do see the black beans being part of this equation. Probably that's something I should try later on.
Now they're cold and rehydrated, and it's a little bit painful to keep my hands in the bowl. Rehydration softens them, of course, and opens up a lot of flavor. And now you can drain them in rinse, and we are ready. So the below is going to make about 10 to 12 falafels. We are going to need a red onion, 1/2, and chop it. It will go in a food processor, so no need to be very thorough with the dice. However, it helps with the final texture. 2 cloves of garlic, same process. Building up that flavor with 1 teaspoon of cumin and 1 teaspoon of coriander. This does add a lot of dimension. And grind some black pepper to add a little bit of oomph on top, but don't go overboard.
I'm going to get a little bit fancy here with the chickpea flour, but you don't have to use chickpea flour. I'm using chickpea flour because this is the leftover from the seitan recipes. You can use different kinds of flours, just regular plain cooking flour, the whole wheat flour, even the flax seeds, which is also going to increase the content of the good fats in the meal without adding much of the carbohydrates that you can get from the plain flour, if this is one of your concerns.
You will need a food processor for this one. We will need 1 cup of chickpeas, 1 cup of parsley, which I got pre-chopped, and the rest of the ingredients just go into the blender. You can add 1 tablespoon of coconut aminos or soy sauce or tamari. If you're watching your nutrition, the less ingredients in your soy sauce, the better, and the richer the taste as well. 1 tablespoon of tahini. This can be omitted if you're watching your fat very closely. And pulse for about 12 times till the chickpeas are crushed but still have some texture to them. The mixture should not fall apart easily, but also not stick to your hands. And of course, the finger taste test. If you find something is missing, add a little bit of more flavor. Now it's the perfect time. I'm adding a touch of salt and a little bit of acidity from 1/4 of a lemon. My favorite falafels have a touch of lemon or lemon zest in them. Preheat the oven at 210 Celsius or 410 Fahrenheit. Take out the baking tray, cover it with the mat or parchment paper. This way you won't require any oil. Scoop out the mixture and shape the falafels. Those are going to be a little bit flatter, but you can experiment. After soaking the legumes, which takes some time, it takes like less than 30 minutes to prepare everything and to cook as well. High hopes. Send them into the oven for 10 to 15 minutes and wait for them to brown but not burn. Depending on your oven, you can get a brown edge faster or slower. Just don't let them burn. Check on them from time to time. The outside should be crispy and the inside should remain moist. Yeah, that word. But let's say you don't have an oven. You can always use a pan. Heat it up to medium heat. If you have a non-stick pan, it's going to help. Arrange the mixture into falafel shapes while leaving some space in between of them. Close the lid so the moisture is locked in and cook on medium heat for around 8 to 10 minutes. Be careful to not burn it. Check for the brown edge when it's forming. Open the lid, flip, and cook for about 3 to 5 minutes on the other side. Depending on the smell that you are getting, if you start feeling the burn, it's probably better to take them off. And the pan-fried method is probably even a little bit easier because they are already just so fast and you don't need to preheat the oven. There is a slight difference in texture and color. Let's try them out, starting with the benchmark. We got it from the restaurant. This one is definitely heavier. Also, they do have really nice texture. They have really nice taste. Oh, by the way, let's check our experiment out. As you can see, quite a bit of oil has leaked through the falafel. One full patty here is about 40 grams and you're getting 5.2 grams of protein, 7.2 grams of fat. And the pan-fried one, what do you think? So here goes the pan-fried one. It doesn't give you the greasy feeling. It's quite soft on the inside. There's a little bit of a burnt edge on the outside, which makes it kind of nicer. A little bit drier, but very flavorful.
And here are the micros and the macros for this recipe. The values may not be exact, but this is a pretty good guide. I really hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching. And if you want to cook a little bit more oil-free recipes, check some of them here. And the oil-free cooking guide here, which I put together some time back, it may be useful for you. And I see you there. Bye.